All right. Good morning. So I've been making some changes to our backup water system. Got a winter storm coming into North Carolina. It's gonna be pretty rough. So of course we have a generator. Our generators are set up. So we got a regular AC pump, and this is a backup, and then we have a backup to the backup because two is one, one is none. So what I've done, I kind of changed the piping arrangement here because there's some things I didn't like. This is our old pump. It worked fine. It was just not too many gallons per minute. I think it was just a couple. And I had this one, which y'all saw in our emergency water system video, the portable one, and that's about 5 gallons a minute. So kind of overview of what we got. I got a 65-gallon tank there, and it's a mess in here. It's my well house. And because I'm a plumber, I had an old 80-gallon water heater that didn't have any leaks in it. They were just getting rid of it. So it's full. And so we have our 2 deep cycle batteries, marine batteries, and they're hooked up to solar. Right now she's charging. Just a 100-watt Harbor Freight solar panel setup, nothing fancy. So, which it's kind of complicated with what all's going on here, but this valve here back feeds from when we have power to fill the tanks. So I just filled this one up, but I wanted to show you a little bit of our redundancy. So if you don't have power, you can't back feed from your existing well, obviously. So then we have a backup. And this is a spare in case my other one goes bad. So that's a 12-volt submersible. Bought it off Amazon, gets good reviews. Never had any problems with it. That's what's in the well. My static water level, I'm lucky here, it's only 13 feet. So I don't have to worry about it, any deep well issues. But I was going to plug it up here. So it's already staged and ready, clipped on the negative. Here's the positive. I have not tested it, so we're going to see what happens here. All right, I hooked her up. I haven't checked it in a year or so. Lord willing, she's down there in the water. And we'll see here. I hear it running, which makes me think I have an access port right there so I can get to it. But here live, I hear her running, and I'm not getting in the water, so. Yep, sounds like she's not in the water. So, I'll do another clip of that. I'm going to turn that off until I can drop it down. That's the kind of things that happen when you don't check stuff often. We assume things are going to work, and they don't always. So, God forbid if it's cloudy, my batteries run down. I can't fill with that. And can't run a pump. We have a pitcher pump. Something a lot of people don't know about pitcher pumps is you have to have some water on hand to make it work. It will not pump dry. So we keep a 20-ounce bottle up here, which is usually enough. Pour it in the top. And the first couple buckets you need to dump out. They're going to be dirty. All right. So while she's wet, let's see if she works here. Yep, you can feel it. These are a lot of work. This one, since the other one's not in the water level, this may not be either, because you can't pump like this unless you're less than 25 feet. I'm going to put that back in. It wasn't quite enough. All right, let me pause and get some more water. These things work off leather seals. And if you hear that sucking sound, I think it may be dried out because I don't check this stuff too often. I'll be back. All right, so I had to get another 20 ounces of water. My seal seems fine. I haven't used this thing, or I haven't checked it in a year or so. If you don't hear me grunting, this is a lot of work. So if you were trying to refill 65 gallons, or God forbid, flush your toilets with this, it's a lot of effort. You get the idea. All right. Leave it down. I actually just popped that bolt loose. I'm gonna leave that in the down position because that will hold water in there and I won't have to reprime it. And we also keep a clean bucket up here in case we do need to get some water. But if you were to do that, that ain't but just a couple gallons of water, and try to fill that 65-gallon thing up, it'd be a long, long day. You'd spend most of your day just on water. All right, I'm gonna stop just for a second and get that little submersible working. All right, so I'm back. So what I figured out was my wife's been watching a bunch of clothes, so we have clean clothes to wear if the power's off for 3 or 4 days. So my water level in the well was low, so I had to drop it down about 2 feet. All right, so I'm gonna hook her back up here. And there you can see the water. So at this height, we're pushing what that thing's capable of doing, which is the reason it's just trickling. But huge labor and back saver. You can let that thing run and come back and check it every once in a while, and she'll slowly fill that tank up. Like I said, that is maxing out what that little old pump can do as far as head goes. So there you go, a backup to the backup. It's a lot easier just to plan ahead. Make sure everything else is off here. See, get my valves right. There we go. And while I have water, I just backfeed it with the well. So I normally leave that full, but if you don't want to do that, for whatever reason, you don't have to. I've never had any issues with it. It does grow a little bit of algae. These windows I have in here, they are mirrored on the outside, but it does grow a little bit, so keep a little Clorox in it. And I actually just took it out today, took all this out, took the bung out, hand washed it with a stick and a rag, and put her back in service. Hope that helps, gives y'all some ideas. Good luck. All right, last piece to my puzzle. Ignore my mess. Put my food grade IBC up there. You can tell the paint's kind of come off of it since summer. And this is the drain for the tanks, but it's also a backfeed spot. So I got that thing, it's 2,200 pounds, so I got it positioned over the walls. And it's not an ideal situation, but I could throw it together real quick. So eventually we're gonna be putting it up there where it was at the end of the water line that runs the 2 rabbit barns. And that way I can backfeed from up there, basically a water tower. But I haven't had a chance to do that yet. As you can tell, we're busy. The boys down there on some rafters so I can get some of this mess and stuff that's just laying around everywhere under some roof. And that's the future shop, classroom, etc. All right. Maybe we can get some of this mess. Good Lord, I got stuff everywhere. Work too much and don't clean up enough. There's my beat up solar panels and feeds the system. All right, that's it. Thank you all for watching.